Ooh, do I make this joke? No, I'm not gonna make that joke.
Oh no.
There
Are you looking for jokes?
we go. That'll do. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back.
I thought you were prepping for something real big or something.
No,
oh,
no,
Lord.
no. Nah.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody.
We're still playing this game.
We are.
Is there no crouch?
No, there's never
Oh.
been a crouch in this game.
You know what we also didn't do?
What? Oh, well.
Well, all right. That'll be a thing. That'll be a whole deal.
Yeah, well.
All right.
Okay.
We're still playing. We're still
We're
cleaning.
still playing. Thankfully,
Yeah, man.
there's not nearly like all the little bits are taken care of.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start. I think on the goop on the second floor.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. I had something that was like in my head, and I'm like, I should talk about it, and then it just drained out.
You were angry about something, and then you were gonna talk about something.
Yeah. So there's this audio repair shop that I was like, I wanted to get something done there because I know what the problem is, but I just don't have the equipment to fix it because it's like a really, really delicate solder job.
Gotcha.
And I was like, okay, well, they could probably do it. And so I hit them up. I'm like, hey, do you know if you could do this? Because like I don't know what equipment they have. Maybe they don't have the equipment to do the job. You know?
That's
so
a fair
I wanted
thing
to make sure. Yeah, exactly. Like you know, I wanted to make sure that they are capable of doing it. And they have this diagnostic fee, which I understand. Like if somebody brings in, an item and they don't know what's wrong with it, you want to get paid for the time to figure out what the fuck is wrong, right?
Right. Yeah.
But like, I asked them, it's like, hey, could you fix this thing? It's like, well, we have to look at it and you'll have to pay us the fee first. I'm like, but I'm specifically asking if you can fix this specific thing. And it's like, well, you're going to have to pay us $60 to find out. I'm like, What?
$60? Fuck that.
Yeah. Like I get it when I understand the fee when you don't know what it is, but I'm asking if they could do a very specific thing and they won't.
You already know the thing that needs to be fixed. There's no point in diagnosing it.
Exactly.
It's stupid. That's dumb.
And I'm just like, I'm
Dox
so
'em.
annoyed with it. Like,
What's their address? Tell them. Tell us.
no.
Should Superman them.
But it's just so annoying. Like, and like, I don't know what to do because I want to get it fixed, but like, if they actually can't do it, what am I gonna pay them $60 for them to tell me, oh, we can't actually do this, we don't have the equipment? Like, what?
No, absolutely not. Go to a different place and be like, these idiots.
No different place.
Oh yeah. Okay, then
It's
do
like
it
the
yourself.
only audio repair place. I've thought about it. I would need to buy some equipment though.
Yeah, you can get a relatively
like
easy,
one
cheap
fix?
soldering island.
No. It's I have to solder a microchip. It's like,
Ooh.
it's a PCB board solder.
Ooh, yeah. Don't do that.
I mean, I could, but it's beyond what I've done so far.
Yeah, it's not worth it then. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, and it's like the only place that does audio repairs. So I'm sort of like, well, what do I do now?
Send it up to me and no, don't do that. Because I can't do that either.
I've thought about it, but then like I'm also thinking about it. I mean, like I've thought about sending it out of state, you know?
Yeah,
there are other places, obviously, but then I'm like, then I'm paying for the shipping, and it's not a small item.
Oh, what is it?
It's like I have this mixing board that works fine as a mixing board, but it also has a FireWire connection and can be used as like a secondary interface and a control surface.
Is it an Alesis?
FireWire? Huh?
Is it an Alesis by chance?
No, it is.
Okay.
It's a Tascam.
Okay.
But like the FireWire function is sort of busted. It won't connect. And I looked it up, and it's a known issue that sometimes the FireWire chips in them sometimes just fry. They short for no reason.
That sucks.
And so I literally went online. I'm like, okay, well, I bought the chip, and I expected the chip to be like a normal size PCB chip.
Yeah.
And no, it is a like smallest fucking thing I've ever seen. When I got it, I was like, holy shit, the connections on this are tiny.
That blows.
Like, because I was fully ready to do it myself. I can do normal PCB connections. That's not a problem for me. I can't do that. It's like it's literally the first microchip I've ever seen. Like that I'm like, oh shit.
That sucks.
And so
that's
like,
always the worst feeling.
Yeah. So like, if I were to send it off to Tascam, I'm like, oh my god, the shipping would be like fucking $50 in itself, plus whatever their repair fees would be. You know?
Oh, do you not have warranty on it?
No, it's a piece of gear. It's like over 5 years old.
God, that sucks.
Also, Tascam warranties are shit.
Oh, well, all right, never mind then.
They're like 90 days is their warranty.
What?
For some of them gear.
That's stupid. That's
big
dumb.
Yeah.
Big dumb.
So now I'm in this weird position where I'm like, I'm not entirely sure what to do. I mean, like, I guess I could do it myself, but
I mean, yeah, if there's no warranty on it, then you can't void a warranty that's not there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I'm not worried about that. And I'm not super worried about breaking the FireWire functionality more because it's already dead. You know, like the part of the board I would be working on is pretty much just the FireWire stuff.
Oh, okay. So yeah, in that case.
So if I fuck up, like it doesn't really change anything.
Right.
As far as I know.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Yeah, but I just have to buy like the extra soldering gear because I don't have like the proper tips for something that small. I'm pretty sure I would need a solder wick.
Oh, yeah.
And
well, I mean that stuff is relatively cheap.
I also might need a heat gun.
Oh, for the shrink wrap?
For removing it in the first place. No, for removing it.
Oh, right. What, shrink? Why am I saying shrink wrap? God damn it.
Because
Big
like,
dumb.
Undoing the solder connection across multiple things at the same time because it's a chip, so it's like soldered on all 4 sides.
Yeah.
Is like apparently a big deal.
That's why I stick to guitars.
Right?
It's
wires.
easy.
Dude,
Yeah,
I felt so happy because I soldered a DB25 cable.
Really?
Then, yeah.
Holy shit, dude! I've never done one of those.
It's
that's a lot.
It was the worst. Like, it's not worth it. Like after all of that time I spent on it, I was like, I would gladly pay a premium to never fucking do this again.
Yeah. Oh man. I almost considered doing a what is this? A VGA cable. So what is that? DB8 or something? DB9, whatever it is.
Yes.
I almost
DB9.
considered doing one of those, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't wanna. I'll just buy like a male to female.
A new VGA. Yeah. Like
just like an extension.
It's. I mean, like, I'm happy that I did it because I can finally say, like, hey, I soldered a DB25 cable. You know.
Right. Now you have that forever.
Exactly. But at the same time, I'm like, I could have literally gone on Amazon and bought this for like $10 and not have spent 4 hours of my fucking life doing this.
It's like, I did it, and then I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Both levels of that.
Yeah. Like, there was no reason to at all, and it was just sort of like, all right, well.
It's like, okay. God, I did it, but all right, I'm not happy about it.
No, we were installing this really interesting system at the university. Where we have a big, we have like racks for all of our stuff and everything.
Yeah. Do you really have
I'm sorry, I'm leaving footprints everywhere.
Wait, so so you use the DB5 like for the audio stuff? Or
well,
25
so
rather?
the DB25, like the back of the patch bay is DB25s. And then the front is TT patch cables.
Wait,
which
TT?
are small. Yeah, they're smaller than 1/4 inch, and it's kind of nice because you can fit like 32 top and bottom on one patch bay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm sort of like getting away from what I was saying. Brain.
Work?
Yeah. So we were installing, we got these 2 DB25 panels that sit right underneath of the patch bays, and it's like a little DB25 like you can plug a DB25 cable into it, and it goes straight into the back of the patch bay.
That's cool.
And so, like, what we did is we have a couple of rolling racks of gear. So, like, if there's gear that you want to use, but it isn't in the studio control room, you can literally just roll in the rack, and it has a DB25 cable coming out the back of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you just plug it into the like big rack in the room. So like we have this like old analog like mastering rack that we just made, and we're gonna have a 8-channel tape thing. And it's just gonna have a DB25 running in the back of it, so you can roll the tape machine into the room and just plug it right into the rack, and bam, it's connected to everything in the patch bay.
God damn, dude. God damn, that's awesome.
That was my big like huzzah moment.
I gotta say, I'm very impressed with the whole concept of DB25 making stuff so much more modular like that.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
like,
such a great idea.
It's literally how the back of the patch bay operates. And I'm like, well, why don't we just patch through something to the front, and then anything that has a DB25 can be plugged in?
Oh, it's so good.
And apparently that had never occurred to anybody there before. I'm like, this is literally what DB25 cables are for.
I was looking at, apparently, Planet Waves makes a DB25 8-channel snake. Just like a regular old stage box kind of thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not digital. It's just like, just take a, stage snake and make it DB25. The problem is that those cables are so fucking expensive. Once you get into something longer, like anything longer than a 25-foot cable.
Oh yeah, DB25 cables above 100 or like at 100 feet are like just a stupid amount of money.
Oh, I wasn't even at 100 feet. I was at like 50 feet, and it was like $200.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? This is not what I want.
We bought like 6-foot cables, and I was like, oh my god, this is affordable. And then I looked at the more expensive ones, and I'm like, never mind.
It's like, okay. The problem is that it seems like only Mogami is making cables. Or widely available cables,
I think the problem with patch cables specific, or not patch pick, the problem with the what is wrong with my brain? The problem with DB25 cables is that I think what happens is, like, if you're working with DB25 cables, they assume you're in the most professional of most professional, because like,
ooh, I see.
Like, gear does not use that unless it's
you went robotic.
Scale.
Right when you said, like, something else, I forget. It was immediately after, you're good. Those beans are really good, though, still. Kind of cold, but, I did such a good job with these. Like, just the right amount of heat. A little bit of lime. One tip, if you're cooking rice, which I have rice on these beans, either cook them in chicken stock, or my preferred way is, it's the same thing, really, but I prefer using bouillon cubes. You get a little bit more control over the type of flavor on your rice.
There we go.
Oh, damn it.
On what about rice? What did I walk into?
I was saying I took a bite of my beans and rice, and I was saying, I did a really good job with the beans. They got the right amount of heat, nice little bit of lime. And I was saying that if you're gonna cook your rice, you should always cook it in either chicken stock.
Oh, absolutely.
Or if you're vegetarian, vegetable stock. Yeah. But any other way, you're an idiot.
I have some beef stock, and I've been wondering what that would do to the rice.
I've used beef powdered bouillon, which is not as good in my mind. But it had a weird onion flavor, so I can't comment. Like, there's too much onion in the beef for it. I'm sure if you have just like regular beef stock, it should be fine. And it'll just be like beefy flavored rice, which is totally awesome sounding. But
yeah, right. That's why I was like,
yeah, always everyone cook your rice in some kind of stock.
Well, not always.
Okay, you're right. If you're making like
rice
pudding,
rice,
or yes, if you're having rice
if you're making
and
rice
beans
for
or
another
something like
purpose.
that. Yeah. Like if you're making gumbo, for example.
Oh, best.
Cook your rice in chicken stock or
Yeah.
beef stock, whatever. Any kind of stock, doesn't matter.
But if
You know, it's a good
you're-
channel on YouTube.
What?
Binging with Babish.
It is. But you know
Good
what
channel.
I've been watching a lot lately because it's insanely entertaining?
What's that?
Bon Appetit.
That's not like a clickbaity kind of thing, is it?
No.
No? Okay, good.
They're all, like, apparently there's, I never knew this, but there's like a test kitchen that's just like in the World Trade Center, and literally all they do all day is like try interesting things and make stuff. But like,
That's pretty cool.
they're also very, very personable and entertaining.
Okay. I'm down. Bon appetit. I see their videos all the time, and I'm like, it seems like a tasty kind of thing or a BuzzFeed kind of thing.
That's what I thought at first too, so I never clicked on it, and then I started watching their videos, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like, oh, they're good. Okay,
Like
cool.
one of their series is one of their chefs, Claire, just tries to recreate snacks. And it turns out to be extremely difficult because you have to remember that these snacks are made on like, you know, a multi-million-dollar scale, and they have things that she wouldn't have.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I'll watch that then.
Yeah. And then there's
Nice.
another one called It's Alive where it deals with
Oh!
like fermentation and stuff like that.
Wait, is the guy who hosts that? His name is his name Brad?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he showed up on. Okay, yeah, he showed up on
On
Babish videos. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's
and
why I know that name.
Babish has been there too.
Okay, cool.
Babish showed up in one of his videos.
Cool.
He
Hell yeah,
that guy is a Labrador in real life. Like that's his personality.
Whenever he's been on those other videos, I'm like, holy shit, this guy goes.
He is a dog.
That's fucking okay. Yeah, I'll start watching them then. I'm down.
Bon Appetit is great.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyways,
Y'all didn't think you were going to be learning about anything today, did you?
shit, son. You got learned. Get learned how to make stuff more deader. Have you seen that
What?
picture? No, you haven't seen that picture.
No.
It's a fake like Navy.
Learn how to make stuff more better.
It's a fake Army recruiting picture. And it just shows like a guy in like a t-shirt and sweatpants with like a rocket launcher. And it's like, that's what you do. I know that's not what you do, but it's funny.
Yep. Jesus.
Learn how to make stuff more deader.
That should be an Arma like poster.
God, that'd be great. Let's never play Arma.
Absolutely not. I don't want to go down that fucking rabbit hole.
Can you imagine if we were like a sniper squad?
Nothing against Arma because it's apparently a great game. But like,
there's
oh my
so
god,
much.
I don't want to. Oh.
What's
Have you
all
been
about?
keeping track of the USB chips?
I've been putting them in the thing every single time I find one. Like
okay.
I've been putting them where they need to go. Yes.
Okay.
The little zoop, 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 whatever it is.
Yeah.
The little clock out thing.
So there's a bunch in the tunnels because I was
Ah.
when I was going through and cleaning. So we just have to
Gotcha.
be wary of that.
Is there a shovel? Do we need to do shovel stuff? No, right. That's only for if there's like a Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Star Wars,
I was wondering if we would get to Star Wars.
Episode 9.
Uh huh.
I gave it a 2 out of 10 at best.
I feel like that's a little harsh.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
The fact
I
that
thought
it
it was-
opens with hyperspace skipping. We can't do it. That's impossible. No, we're doing it anyways. Look, we're doing it.
I'm not
Like
saying
that-
it's perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect. By
I
any
was
means.
sorely let down by that movie.
I think it's not as bad as some people say it is. And it's definitely not my favorite Star Wars movie. But I wouldn't say, like, I would verge on it was even, like, good at times. Not the entirety of the movie, but there were really good moments.
Okay, what were the good moments?
The fight between Kylo and Rey on the Death Star was pretty awesome.
Okay. I disagree, but okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like, it's such a cool moment.
The concept was interesting. The problem is that the actual fight was boring as hell.
No.
Yes, absolutely it was.
It was the first time that Kylo fucking, like, doesn't hold back and just, like, almost annihilates Rey.
Here's the problem, though. Wait, when you say the Death Star, you mean, like, when they're on the water world?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the problem with that for me. I certainly don't want to say, the choreography was dumb because they did stupid things, sword fighting techniques. But the fact that they constantly did, like, the whole, like, ooh, we're fighting reverse grip now because edgy and cool. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing that?
Just how they fight, like,
But they literally never did that in any of the other movies that these characters were in. They never went to the reverse grip. Unless I'm wrong and they did.
That really doesn't bother me, to be honest.
It bothers me, okay? Because I also just don't like the movie. Anyways, continue. What's other good moments that you like?
I like that they finally showed the Rey's training. Like, they went back and retroactively showed, like, it's kind of a cop-out because it's very much a, oh, look, no, they've been doing this the whole time move. But I appreciate that they finally did it.
Actually show her training?
Yeah, because she was pretty much a Mary Sue the whole time. I mean, they even showed a flashback of Leia doing training because everybody was like, holy shit, how does Leia know how to fly and go through space? And I was like, yeah, this is dumb. I appreciate that they put it in just to make the previous movie make sense. It should have been done way earlier, but at least it's there, you know?
For me, the problem is that, like, now, because they didn't put it in earlier, and because now it is literally a retcon, that's all it is. It doesn't now. It's like, it's there, but there's no reason for it to be there in the first place. Why even have her do the Force thing in Episode 8? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but at least it's there. Like, I'm looking at what it is for what it is, you know? Like, my biases for being angry, I would have changed the entire series. Like, that's not the direction I would have gone for the entirety of the sequels. But that's not what I'm looking at. As its own movie, it's not bad. As its own movie, I'd give it like I don't know, probably a 5. Yeah, 5 or 6 out of 10. I feel like that's fair. You know, I don't think it's as a Star Wars movie, not as much. That's why I gave it a 2 out of 10. As a Star Wars movie, it's 2 out of 10. As an actual movie by itself, standalone movie, 5 out of 10. I would go a little higher. I would go like 4 and 6. Here's one thing that it did that actually really pissed me off, that irritated me. And it's such a fucking, I'll admit, I'm nitpicking here. But did you notice, every time there was a rack focus, the actual image would stretch? That's, so do you know why it does that? I have to assume. I have to assume. Okay, let me say this. If they did it intentionally, I disagree with that decision. I think that was a bad move. If it was unintentional, holy shit, why did they go with that in the first place? I'm gonna guess that they have an actual physical, like a bokeh in the lens that changes the way the light hits the sensor. You're sort of close. I mean, that is how lenses operate. The weird thing is, and this may have to do with what they were filming on or something, that is an artifact of photography lenses. But it was so much more pronounced than typical, you know? No. I mean, like, that's the thing. There are film and video lenses that... this is a thing called breathing in lenses. Okay. There are film and video lenses that this doesn't happen in. Which makes me think, like, they were using photography lenses for certain shots? Come on, man. I mean, like, maybe they wanted to do, like, maybe they were... See, this is the thing. Like, this goes into behind the scenes that nobody ever fucking talks about. But, like, was it just because they had some vintage lenses that they, like, really wanted to use for a certain effect or something? Like, I don't know. I was under the assumption that they were filming all, like, digital and therefore they were going to use, you know, the latest... you know, video lenses, which don't have breathing issues. But I guess maybe they could have gone with something more vintage. Like, maybe they wanted to capture more of the old school spirit, and maybe they found like some old like Panavision 70s lenses which would have been used in the original trilogy, you know?
Okay, well that explains it. I think it's a bad decision because it was really distracting every time it happened.
It was really distracting because of how many rack focuses that there were.
That's the thing. It was like every few shots it felt like there was like, oh, it's like, oh god, oh Jesus Christ, it's stretching now.
There really were a lot of rack focuses. But yeah, that stretching is from photography lenses. The more you know.
Okay.
That's an actual lens thing called breathing. I just didn't expect to see it in a big budget movie.
That's good to know why I hate that now. I'm happy that I understand it. But yeah, I didn't like that. That was really, really, really distracting every time it happened.
Yeah, I don't...
Even to the point where I found a video online where it had a scene of that, and I was like, is anyone else seeing this? And I got a few people being like, yeah, what the fuck is that? I'm happy that now I know what that is.
Lens breathing. You can look it up, and there's literally a fix for it, which is why film lenses are in T stops and photography lenses are in F stops.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because of how they're physically built on the inside. But that being said, I like the other side of my brain is like, but why the fuck is Star Wars using that?
Why? Now here's one thing I don't like, and it's been a problem with all of the movies, and this is just something that I disagree with artistically.
Not T-stop. That's a different thing. But anyway.
I don't like that. I don't like the way J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson shot the movies. You know, like the actual cinematography, the camera moves, the way they put the camera in places that it feels like. Because don't get me wrong, you know, it's. I do like the fact that they were like, okay, it's gonna be modern, it's gonna be our own version. But the fact that they took their own version and like made it so modern feeling. I know it's really weird to say that, but like,
I'm not
Star
sure
Wars
I
has
fully
a feel.
follow.
Star Wars has a feel, you know. The camera is always placed in a certain place very deliberately for a certain like space opera vibe. Feels like you're watching a play. These ones, it felt like a modern action movie, you know?
I mean, yeah, that's what J.J. Abrams is good at. I didn't mind that so much.
I've had that problem with all of the movies, all three of the new movies.
The one thing I did very much mind, and I've minded it through all of the three, is the pacing of them. Which is like, we gotta go all the time.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
And you know where you especially see it in this latest movie? In the first act. The entire thing is rushed, and I know why. Because the rest of the movie doesn't feel as rushed. It's because I guarantee you they got to 3 hours, 30 minutes in the edit, and somebody at Disney was like, no, make it less than 3 hours. And so the first act probably just got mangled in order to fit the time constraint.
Is that part of the reason why they did the hyper jump skipping or whatever? Maybe? Or was that like actually
No, I think that's
in?
just dumb.
That was so fucking stupid.
I don't know why that line was even there, to be honest. That, like, you can't hyper jump, skip, and, like, who the fuck cares?
Like, can you also, like, how isn't hyperspace jumping somewhat random? Like, there's, like, you have you know where you're gonna mostly end up, but you have a little bit of variation, like plus or minus, 1% kind of thing.
Yeah, but 1% in space is kind of ridiculous.
Right, exactly. So how did he fucking manage to do it so perfectly?
I guess that's the thing, like, Poe is really good at piloting, but then all that is part of the computer anyway, so it's like, what?
I can't stand Poe. I'm sorry.
I don't like him as a character either.
I have
he was
nothing
supposed to die!
He was. I have nothing against the actor.
Force Awakens.
I have nothing against any of the actors. They all did their jobs. They all, they had direction that they were given. They all did what they were told.
I agree.
So nothing against them. But the fucking characters are so bad.
I'm 100% in agreement, especially I feel bad for her, the girl who played Rose.
Yeah, that sucks. She had a chance to be good, and then her fucking character got ruined.
Yeah, it was not her fault. It was the fucking writers fucking demolishing it. And then on top of everything else, she didn't even get a chance to redeem for anybody to write her a better part, because her character was just written out of the third movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
I mean, like, I don't know. Part of me is like, if I were writing Star Wars, I would write her a better part so that she as an actress could, get her like do for, you know, being in a Star Wars. Because I'm sure the
Totally.
auditions were probably hard as hell and everything. Like, you know, there's a reason why she was hired. So,
Oh yeah.
as a writer, I would be like, all right, let's make something better for you so that you can actually show off what you can do. But that didn't happen. It was just like, well, come to set, but we don't really have much for you. And
It's like
that's
oh my God.
bullshit.
It's funny though, because like it was hilarious seeing Mary of the Hobbits there.
What?
Mary from Lord of the
Oh
Rings.
yeah.
He was there.
I
And
don't
that-
know. You know what? That's not a. Do you know why?
Well, I'm sure because he just got the character, right? He auditioned for it, and that's what he got.
No, there's a couple of people where this is absolutely true for. He was also on Lost.
Oh, that's true.
It was literally J.J. Abrams fucking called up his friends and like, hey, do you want to be in my movie? Because there's a couple of people that just appear from Lost for no fucking
Okay.
reason.
All right,
That was absolutely a
That-
J.J. Abrams friend moment.
I see. Okay, but it was still again kind of distracting because I didn't see him as whatever his character's name was. Did he even say his character?
I'm sure he has a name. Some dumb fucking name in the Star Wars universe, but I don't know what it is.
But like every time I saw him, I'm like, that's Mary. Hey, Mary. Actually, I thought it was Pippin at first, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, that's Mary. No, thanks for the body parts game. The fucking oh my God, that was distracting as hell. So what were your other moments that you liked?
This is just like a personal thing because it's kind of cool to finally see it. But first live action appearance of a yellow lightsaber.
It was cool to see it. I'm not sure I like the fact that they gave her a yellow lightsaber.
That didn't bother me at all. I'm glad she finally got her own
Yes. Oh my God.
over top of everything else because she's been using other people's lightsabers the whole time. There is one thing that really bothered me and I feel like was a giant missed opportunity. And like I wouldn't have minded the movie being slightly longer just to have it. Why was there no fucking scene of fucking Kylo Ren getting his mother's lightsaber? That would have been such
point.
a strong fucking emotional, impactful moment. Like, you know, you killed your father, your mother is now dead. He picks up the mother's lightsaber and fucking like, you know, it's literally her memory and like her essence helping him.
Because when they do the whole like take the lightsaber through the Force window or whatever
Yeah.
at the end,
It's such
she
a
gives
dumb moment where she just like drops it behind her back and they're like, oh, it's a magic trick. He has it now. Like,
I appreciate
No.
the fact that they at least set it up earlier and that it wasn't like out of the blue kind of thing. You know,
Yeah,
they did it
but-
with the mask.
but I
So when it
wanted
happened,
the-
it's like, all right, cool, sure, fair enough.
Well,
but
when-
why they give it? Why that they gave fucking Kylo Anakin's lightsaber?
Yeah,
Right?
No,
That's the
yeah,
one.
Yeah, no. So like, in my head, the moment I saw Leia's lightsaber, I was like, oh, like in my brain, because film person and I think ahead way too far. In my brain, I was like, oh, they're setting this up so they could redeem Kylo, and he's gonna get Leia's lightsaber. This is great. That's like an amazing arc, you
You
know.
were half right.
And then
They redeemed him in some.
they redeemed
fashion.
him and didn't give him the lightsaber, and there was no emotional. Like I fully expected like a moment of like, you know, oh, your mother, you know, left this for you and blah blah blah, and like
And then nothing.
no, nothing. I was just
What do
like,
you
what a fucking missed opportunity.
What do you think about them? About Rey? First of all, taking spoilers, by the way. I think we're a little bit past that, but I'm saying
Yeah.
it anyways.
Hey, listen, at this point, it's been like 4 months.
That's true. Yeah. So you have no excuse. It's on Disney Plus.
It's been two or three.
Whatever. It's out of theaters, I'm sure by now.
Absolutely. Well,
Whatever. It's been a long ass time.
It
We'll
has.
even put in the title. Spoilers. What do you? I didn't like the fact that Rey took the Skywalker name. That was dumb. I hate that that's the
I
Rise
thought
of
it was.
Skywalker
I
part.
thought it was unnecessary, but I get it.
I also don't like the fact. Okay, here's the problem for me. She buried Anakin and Luke's lightsaber on Tatooine, a place that they both hated. Makes no sense. At the fucking moisture farm. Which makes no fucking sense.
Which he also hated.
Right, exactly. Why also put Leia's lightsaber there? She was never from Tatooine.
I don't know.
Like, what the fuck is the
What?
reasoning there? Don't do that.
You know what goes beyond me and like what? why put the fucking lightsabers? Why bury them at all?
Yeah,
What
hold
is-
on to them.
Yeah, because like in my mind, I'm like, what? So like some poor scavenger in Tatooine is just gonna dig up 2 lightsabers in like 2 years? What?
And he'll be like, all right, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like, why? Why?
Ugh.
What? That's such a weird decision to make.
It was so unnecessary at the end.
I would have much preferred her like putting them on a shelf or something to like honor their memory, and then showed a scene of her putting together her own lightsaber.
Yeah, if they actually showed her building that lightsaber, that'd be cool.
You know, because
But they
that would show like, oh, she's
Well, that's the
doing
end of
her
the
own
training.
new
You
tradition.
build a lightsaber.
Exactly,
Once you
yeah.
complete your training. Which
And
also,
there could have been a much better way of the rise of Skywalker, because she's literally rising by building her own lightsaber.
spoiler alert, she's also not a Skywalker though in the first place.
That didn't super bother me.
The fact that that she took their name,
No, I mean,
you know, like
who
that's the
Rey
problem that
actually
bothers
is.
me. Yeah, I don't like. All right, sure, plot point. All right, it's an odd choice, but I guess it's a choice at least.
Right.
But I was not thrilled by that movie overall, man. Also,
Uh-oh.
they spoiled Lando coming back in the trailer. And the fact that he was piloting the Falcon. And the fact that he shows up in the fucking fight at all at the end.
He didn't do anything in that movie. Lando
No.
had zero purpose, too.
No. But here's the problem, right?
Uh-huh.
The fact that in the trailer, in one of the trailers, you see him in the Falcon in front of a fleet. And then in the movie, he's like, I'm going to take the Falcon and go get a fleet. And then they're like, where is he? He's not here. And then he shows up. And it's
Yeah.
like when they say he's not here, it's like, of course, well, he's going to show up. We all know this.
Yeah.
They showed it in the trailer.
Yes.
There's no suspense there.
You know what? One part that...
And why did they put Wedge in the fucking gunner seat, not in a fucking X-Wing? That was one of the things that I actually went, what the fuck, in the theater. Why did they do that? There's no reason for that. Put him in a fucking X-Wing. Of all the characters to do that with.
There was a moment where I legitimately was about to like get pissed at the movie when Rey, in quotes, kills Chewie.
Oh, I didn't think he was dead ever from the... There was no way.
I didn't... Well, part of me was like, this is the last movie. I expected somebody to die. And so I was like, don't you fucking dare. You know?
No, but C-3PO dies. But then he doesn't.
Fucking... You should have stayed dead like 6 movies ago.
Oh my god. What do you think of the Knights of Ren? That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say.
You mean the guys that have been hyped up as badasses for the last like 3 movies, and when they came in, they died in a minute?
That's what I love. I love that first movie, they show up and pose. Second movie, they're not even in it. Third movie, they show up and pose and then capture Chewie and then immediately get killed.
The Knights of Ren are pretty much useless in every sense of the word.
It was so fucking dumb. It's like, why are they even here?
I did appreciate that Phasma was not in it.
Yeah, same.
I was worried that they would bring Phasma back again.
Like, what are you doing? Don't do that. If they...
Have you seen the deleted scene from Last Jedi?
No.
So there's a deleted scene with Phasma in it.
Oh yeah.
That makes me angry that it was deleted, because it is legitimately the best scene in the entire movie.
Really? Not the scene when Rey is like getting all hyped with the lightsaber and then they immediately kill the whole thing with Comedy fucking Central over there?
Yeah. So there's a scene with Phasma, and it happens after it's after she gets blown into the hole.
Nice hole.
Yeah. Do you remember that scene where like, that's the end of her in the movie, she like gets blown into the hole and everything?
Oh, you see like her eye through the cracked visor?
Oh, you've seen the deleted scene?
Wait, is that I saw it in the theaters. I remember seeing that it was like a no, and she's like falling into the fiery hole.
Yeah. So
that was in theaters. That wasn't a deleted scene.
There's an extra part to that scene.
Oh, really?
where she like climbs up out of the hole.
Oh, fuck off.
No. It's really good. Just stick with me for a second.
All right.
She climbs up out of the hole. Finn gets surrounded by stormtroopers, and she's standing there. And there's this moment where she like berates Finn or whatever, and then Finn goes on this brigade against her, like, and exposes her for who she is, how she like turned coat in the first movie, and like you could see all the stormtroopers looking around and be like, wait, what the fuck? You know, and like they're losing faith in her, and they close up on that crack in her eye, and you can literally like see the fear in her face that she's about to be found out and everything.
Wow,
And
good thing they cut that.
Right?
Great.
And I'm like, oh my god, you mean all of the tension between her and Finn actually gets, you know, resolved, and like, you know, and it makes Finn seem like a badass because he's been doing nothing the rest of the movie. And then like there's this moment where they gave her so much characterization where she fucking annihilates the stormtroopers so that they won't tell anyone.
Huh.
And it's this moment of like, oh my god, like it's a complete character change of her being a coward and, you know, showing her true colors and everything.
What the fuck, dude? They cut that? But
Yeah.
they kept the fucking save the animal scene.
And then on top of everything else, Finn gets fed up with her and fucking blasts her back into the hole.
Oh my. Well, wait, didn't that? Wait, didn't
No,
that,
like fucking shoots her through. Because
Oh, I
before
see.
she just got blasted in, but he just fucking actually annihilates her.
Wow, I can't believe they cut that. An actual interesting sounding scene. Great.
It was
thanks.
you should look it up online because it's literally the best scene of the movie, and it wasn't in the movie.
I will. Hey, also, all right. Speaking of characters who died, who frankly were General Hux.
I didn't care.
Here's the thing, right?
Him being a spy was the dumbest plot point ever.
When that happened, I was of two minds. On the one hand, I was like, oh my god, it makes total sense. I can't believe they're doing this. On the other hand, I said, oh my god, this makes no sense. Why the fuck are they doing this? Like
I understand exactly what you mean, because it's like, yeah, you know what? If I had lost twice against these people, I'd be pretty fed up with the First Order too. But also,
what was his motivation? He was like, I want to see Kylo Ren fail or something like that, right?
Yeah,
that was the whole motivation.
Yeah, he got fed up with the First Order essentially.
Like,
but
God.
it's so weak at that point, you know.
And the way he dies is hilarious, actually. Honestly,
just gets fucking, what is it? Shot just randomly.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking funny. I'll be honest.
Yeah, we found our mole. I'm like, all right, okay,
all right,
I guess.
Boom. Like, I just, oh my god. Also. Speaking of which, when they go and find, like, the spy, you know, stuff, like, they're like, here's the information. We gotta get it before the TIE fighters get to us. Why were the TIE fighters able to follow them through hyperspace?
Oh, TIE fighters have always been able to do that.
But TIE fighters have never had hyperspace.
Really?
Jump. No, never. Not once. That's the thing. That's why... That's the thing! Here's the lore coming at you. Actually... TIE fighters, the reason why TIE fighter pilots need the helmets with the special helmets, they don't have any kind of what's the word? Life support. So there's no air in the cockpit.
Really?
So yeah, and they have no shields, which is why they're so fast and so dangerous, because they don't have shields, life support, or hyperspace generators.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So why the fuck were they able to follow the goddamn Falcon?
I don't know. That didn't bother me. Maybe they just were upgraded.
Okay,
I mean, it's
well,
been a while.
Sure, why not? I'll take that answer, I guess. I wish they had said that in the movie, but
I feel like that's not at all needed for any story stuff to make sense.
No. Even if they're like, why are they following us? And then someone says like, look, see, they're a new generation of TIE fighters. If they had said that, at least I'm like, all right, sure. They at least acknowledge it. But the fact that they can just do it now, I'm
I don't know. I think that's just a. No,
I'm nitpicking now.
Yeah,
angry.
That's a nitpick.
I'm gonna nitpick though. I don't like that movie. I wasn't a fan. Didn't think it was a good ending to the trilogy.
I agree with that.
Let's see what else. What do you think of the whole? Let's reuse episode 5. You have to fight yourself in the dark side area thing. Because
poetry, it rhymes.
I was kind of like, really? Do we have to? You know?
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
The fact that the MacGuffin was literally like right there the entire time in the scene, you know, that beloved scene. It's like, of course. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to defend the movie, though, here for a second. People were like, where the fuck did Rey get that other Sith Wayfinder? The one when she, like, blows up the ship? Here's the thing.
Okay. Oh.
No, because people were like, where she just found another one. It's like, no, that one was always there. You do have to pay attention. That was the one that Kylo found in the beginning of the movie. That was on his ship.
Yeah.
Sure, it should have been destroyed in the fire, but at least they, you know, we know where it is.
I have something else to... This isn't even a nitpick. This is a legitimate, like, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The knife.
Oh my god, the fucking dagger.
The fucking knife. Well, so, this is an ancient knife. That, like, literally, they say it's ancient. It hasn't been around for, like, you know, whatever. And how is it... What... Like, I'm trying to put my brain together because it doesn't make any fucking sense. How is it the shape of the Death Star that has fallen?
I love that. I love that. And I'm not saying that it was a good idea. I love that that's a thing that someone thought up, and they were like, oh, that makes sense.
Like...
And they didn't think about it any farther past that.
Yeah, it's like... In what world does that make any... Well, no, that was a clean bucket.
Was it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's a clean bucket. I'm getting rid of all the dirty ones.
Word.
Yeah, I literally have no words.
That was some dumbass shit.
Ooh, that was risky. Buckets on the elevator.
There was just so much in that movie that I disagreed with, and it made no sense.
There's a lot in that movie that made 0 sense.
Let's see, what else? I can't even think of anything else, because it's just all chaos.
I was annoyed that they made yet another fucking droid to sell to kids.
Oh, yeah, the little cone face thing.
Like, there was no reason for its existence.
No,
but, like, they literally
not.
could have opened it up from the very start, and they would have skipped half the movie.
Yeah, seriously. The, of course. The fact that when they're on the thing to get C-3PO's memory wiped, whatever fucking red suit girl.
Yeah.
The fact that, first of all, it was super cliche that she's like, right, look, Poe, I know your dark past, you know, that whole thing. And then, like, she warms up to him later in that scene, like, oh yeah, you've changed. It's like, of course. And then she's like, here, take the captain's insignia. This is the only way to get off the planet. And then she gets off the planet anyways?
Yeah. like, how did that happen?
What? Why are you here at the end? Why are you even here? How'd you get off the planet before the thing got destroyed?
The Red Letter Media points this out. They introduce characters whose entire arcs are completed within the moment that you've met them.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, don't do it. I don't want it.
That's some good water. There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack from that movie.
Yeah, I agree. That that part, everything about her character was useless.
It really was. It really was.
It's
actually
it's another...
no. The only thing that she was useful for was getting the main characters out of the situation. She was the MacGuffin in that scene.
Right, she was the MacGuffin. Fucking JJ loves his MacGuffins. Every movie that he does is MacGuffins.
Always one. Always 12.
Yeah. So...
I don't...
Is it a perfect movie? Absolutely not. Is it good? No. It's alright.
And that being said, none of the Star Wars movies are perfect.
No.
My favorite thing to point out, and I hate to say this, it's actually a nostalgia critic thing, as much as I don't like that guy. He pointed this out in episode 4 review or something like that. Leia didn't really have the best direction from Lucas, because there's a pretty, even within the same scene, she's kind of like fake British to American, then fake British again.
Yeah. Is it the very first scene of the movie too?
More or less. Well, even when she's like she's like, Grand Moff Tarkin, I could smell your scent when I got on the ship, you know. And then
Yeah.
she's like, when she's talking to Luke, she's like, "You're a little short for a stormtrooper."
Yeah.
You know, it's like totally different. And that being said, you know, sure, fair enough. Prequels, I like them, but they're not good. They're not perfect. Far from perfect.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got nothing else, honestly. I just, oh my God. I went and saw that movie with my whole family.
Uh-huh.
And I was sitting in between my sister and my mom. And my sister laughed every single time she saw my hand go out at the screen. And my mom also laughed every single time that happened. And they were multiple times. And thankfully, I heard other people around me doing the same thing, going, "What?"
I think it was warranted. It was warranted, though.
I know. It's just,
are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
What happened? Oh.
They're coming out the sides of the box. Like,
Well, that's always happened, though.
no.
It has.
hasn't.
At least to me.
Oh, we're both holding it.
Oh. Oh.
Just...
You look very dejected.
First Star Wars, now this.
It's just a real shame, you know?
It could have been more.
It could have. It really could have. But they just did nothing with it.
I
Nothing.
think that's the main problem. Like, this is the same thing as the Venom movie, where I'm watching it and I'm like, there's a good movie in here, but this is not it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, I see glimpses of like really, really nice things, and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cool and interesting.
Here's the thing, though.
And then it throws it all away.
I certainly don't want to be like, well, if the movies were good, then great, they're good. But, like, Force Awakens, it had potential, you know? It was it was the first movie in the trilogy. It was going to set some stuff up, you know? There were things that were going to happen. Okay, great.
Force Awakens and the nostalgia factor. They knew exactly, like, hey, let's get everybody hyped up for Star Wars again. So they went through and, you know, people shit on Force Awakens for being like another New Hope, and I'm kind of like, well, the series kind of needed it. Let's be honest.
It did, yeah. The first movie always has to set stuff up, so it can't always answer all the questions. That's fine. Has to pose
not even
the questions.
that. Like, I'm okay with it not answering questions and just being fan service. I was like, all right, we needed that. The prequels left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. We did it. All right, now we can move on.
Right, and then Rian Johnson came along.
And decided to take a big old dump all over Star Wars.
If he had at least done something good with Episode 8 and set up Episode 9, good. But he didn't. He was like, destroy the past.
He was trying to set up Episode 9, and then everybody was like, no, this is shit, and Episode 9 spent half the movie retconning it.
But I just, like, Episode 8 was the weakest for me out of the whole trilogy.
Yeah,
you know? It was like Episode 7, I'd give like a 6.
So I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It was fun.
6.5, somewhere in there, you know? Because there was a little bit, I don't want to be like, there was too much fan service, but there was a little too much fan service at times, personally. The one that sticks out to me the most is when she puts on the helmet at the very beginning, and it's like the training helmet, you know, with the covered
It shows
visor.
up again in 3.
What?
It shows up again in the third movie.
Oh, yes. I thought
It's
you
just training
meant
on the planet.
I thought you meant Revenge of the Sith when you said 3. I was like, what?
Oh. Luke puts it on. He's like, does this make my head look fat?
That's also not the right one.
The dumb joke.
It's also not the right one, though. I said Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I know.
Luke is in that as a little baby boy.
I know. The joke.
How does he talk then?
Because he's a fucking child.
Not even. He's literally he's literally a newborn in that movie. You fool! He has no way to speak.
Anyways, let it go. It was a
Let
joke.
it
It
die.
doesn't need to fit in the canon.
Let the past die. That's what we learned from Episode 8.
No.
What? Did something spill?
No, you messed up.
What, did I mess up?
There's a welding mark. It's fine.
Where?
It's not that big of a deal. It's in the tunnels.
Oh yeah, I did. That was me. Yeah. I gotta say, I don't like that. First of all, I think more Force Ghosts should have showed up. More previous Jedi also. In Episode 9 there. I think Anakin should have showed up. I think Obi-Wan should have showed up. Personally. Because they already showed up as Force Ghosts once. They can show up again. We've already seen that.
Yeah, but they're not connected to those characters as much.
But they're still connected. They showed up in voice
They
form.
showed up for Luke.
Yeah, but, you know, Luke is there also, so why not? Fuck it. YOLO, right? We're doing whatever we want.
Nah, I'm okay with them not showing up.
Well, you know. Anyways,
I did. It was really interesting seeing all of the. I think it was a dumb scene, but it was really interesting that they got a bunch of old actors to do lines for that one little moment of like Rey encouragement.
Hearing them was the best part of the movie for me, honestly.
I liked hearing
like,
them. I thought that the moment itself was dumb as fuck. How did
this happen?
I don't know.
Wait, I'm still in the air.
What?
He's still in the
air. You are. You're fucking flying.
God damn, man! I did a Ryan Haywood. Where were we going with this?
I don't know. We were shitting on things.
I didn't like that movie because women don't belong in Star Wars. Only men. No. That's what everyone thinks, though. That's what everyone thinks. That's why everyone thinks people don't like Star Wars. That's not the reason at all, because they wrote bad characters.
That's true. They write really bad characters.
Women belong in every movie. That is okay, as long as they're written well.
Yes.
Doesn't matter who the actor is. They can play any character they want. They can be any gender, any skin color. Doesn't matter.
Unless they're Asian.
The problem is that writers don't know how to write good characters anymore.
I wouldn't say that's true for every movie, but definitely for Star Wars.
For Disney movies, they don't know how to write good characters anymore.
All right, hold on. That's not entirely true.
For any movie that came out after 2010.
Well, I guess it's not technically a movie. Have you seen any of The Mandalorian?
No, I know I need to watch it, and I know it's very, very well received.
Fucking great.
I don't have a way to watch it, though, so until I can, I will wait, and I will just trust that it's good.
I should give you my Disney Plus stuff. It's fucking...
Oh, wait, no, my sister has Disney Plus, so I will watch it that way.
Let me put it this way, without spoiling anything. It feels more like the original trilogy than anything else that has been released.
That's good to hear. I'm very happy about that. I will watch it then.
Yeah.
Actually, I was always going to watch it. I was always going to watch it. And I know that it's a very good show.
Yeah, all the memes aside, it's so fucking good.
When does Baby Yoda kill people?
Episode 2, actually.
All right, everyone, next time.
Bye!